Maui Police Chief John Pelletier is no stranger to our valley. He served as the Metro Police Captain during the 1 October mass shooting, and the violence shook our valley to its core, like the wildfires down there in Maui. He's urging people to submit DNA samples to help identify family members.
It's not just ash on your clothing when you take it off. It's our loved ones. God bless you. God bless Maui.
Pelletier says his team is going to do it right versus doing it fast.
Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not. And the reason why... and
so many people said they could have been saved if they had time to escape. Had a siren gone off, they would have known that there was a crisis emerging. And as we know, so many bodies were found in the ground.
Do you want him to give you the answer, or do you want to give? Well, then let him finish. Let him finish his answer.
Sorry, there's a lot of people.
Well, you're talking and you're not letting him talk. If you want to talk, come up here.
I'm ready for the answer.
Then wait.
The sirens, as I had mentioned earlier, is used primarily for tsunamis, and that's the reason why many of them are found, almost all of them are found on the coastline. The public is trained to seek higher ground in the event that the siren is sounded. In fact, on the website of the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, the following guideline is provided. If you are in a low-lying area near the coastline, evacuate to high grounds, inland or vertically to the fourth floor and higher of a concrete building. Alerts may also come in the form of a wireless emergency alert. Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone Mauka. And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire. And so that is the reason why our protocol has been to use WEA and EAS. By the way, I should also note that there are no sirens Mauka, or on the mountainside, where the fire was spreading down. So even if we sounded the siren, it would not have saved those people on the mountainside, Mauka.
I'm going to do another friendly reminder that we encourage aloha and kindness. Again, we appreciate the questions, but I would encourage all of us to operate under the values of aloha and kindness. So as you're asking the question, please respect the speaker who is responding and give them that space, just as they're giving you the space for you to ask your question.
Y'all know these fires in Maui are post-apocalyptic kind of fires at this point. We're praying for these folks that have lost everything. I literally can't imagine. And there's been a lot of explanations on how this fire started, and we may never know the answer. But if y'all wonder why I'm not too trusting, I became that way when I was 7 years old, and my dad told me that 12 gauge don't kick, son. Go ahead and shoot it. Fire it off. So it's in my nature to ask questions, right? Maui has been one of the worst fires in American history, but here's where it takes a very, very weird turn. There's a police chief there in Maui. It's a guy named John Pelletier, and he's got a history with very, very tragic events. Do y'all know Pelletier was the same guy who was the incident commander during the Las Vegas massacre, the shootings? They killed right during the middle of the Jason Aldean concert back in 2018, where 59 people were killed and 527 people were injured. He was the incident commander in Las Vegas at that time. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything whatsoever, but his involvement in the Las Vegas shooting incident and now the Maui wildfires definitely raises some eyebrows. That's all I'm saying. We're allowed to at least ask questions, right? If that doesn't freak you out enough, Chief Pelletier recently graduated from the FBI National Academy, securing a certificate in criminal justice. Present with him at his graduation was AG William Barr and current FBI Director Christopher Wray. Now, these people are both in Clinton's back pockets, y'all. All I'm saying is there's some tragic events that go on, and if I were Pelletier, I would use this as an opportunity to say, look, knock, knock, knock at the podium, at the microphone. I know how it looks, I know how it sounds, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This is an absolute opportunity because now that people have made the connection, it looks bad, man. And as long as we're ignoring the cocaine in the White House, as long as we're ignoring the dead body at Obama's house, as long as we're ignoring the male prostitute at Paul Pelosi's house, maybe we could focus, maybe, just maybe, on why the hell disaster keeps following this man. I mean, I think it's a big opportunity to go into public and do what I said. You know, correct everybody. Tell everybody what's going on. Things got even crazier yesterday as Maui burns to the ground and Biden is vacationing on the beach. He's asked for a comment on the Maui wildfires, and Biden says no comment. Are you kidding me? You don't think this sounds shady? You don't think this sounds awful? By the way, the firefighters that were on duty, there was this guy named Ki Hai Ho. I'm probably going to mispronounce that. I apologize. But he was a firefighter on duty, and he said when they opened the fire hydrants, there was no water. How about that? You want to explain that one away? I mean, I think this guy Ki Hai Ho, God bless him, but he's going to need about 27 bodyguards around the clock. I'll go ahead and just tell everybody right now, Ki Hai Ho did not kill himself. You see what I'm saying? This ain't some kind of conspiracy theory. It's just asking a question, y'all. Because, look, this is how we get stuff done in America. They used to call Noah a conspiracy theorist for a long, long time, until the flood came and all the fact checkers drowned. God bless y'all.
I know how they're going to attack. Think of a microwave. Frequencies. If you put a metal fork in there, it sparks and explodes. But if you put broccoli in there, it heats it up. The difference is the material it's made of. You cannot put metals in a microwave. High frequency device. Now let's talk about this direct energy weapon. That's a high frequency device. Melting all the metals, leaving trees behind. Sounds like they're using microwave technology and it's affecting metals. Well, imagine if you had a bunch of metals in your body. Heavy metals, like barium, aluminum. You know, the stuff they spray in the air or the stuff they put in water. Even in food, the you-know-what. Long story short, we need to eliminate metals in our body. Imagine if they turn that up higher, level 2. The more metals you have in your body, the higher the chances of you exploding, melting like those cars, catching on fire, sparking like the fork in the microwave. You need to detox from heavy metals right now. I did another video on this recently about a movie I watched. They use frequencies to disintegrate people. This isn't a movie, folks. We're test subjects. I saw a video about the people in Hawaii that were jumping in the ocean because their skin was burning. It wasn't burning because of the fire. It was from the frequencies coming from whatever it is they hit it with. They were cooking. Water in their body was cooking. And if they had a lot of metal in there, or if the frequency was higher, people would be just like those cars, disintegrated. Far-fetched? Not anymore. I use frequencies to detox. I use mineral salts, cilantro under the tongue, onions on the bottom of your foot, rebounding on a trampoline. Stop eating.
Weaver fired from InfoWars for implicating Stone in online psyops, or Steve Pieczenik in his psychological operations history. All of this is so sketchy. They literally admit that he's a government agent. I'm a stay behind network, he says.
They said, sir, you need to go with Alex Jones, and you need to rally the troops. And they briefed him. They showed him the documents, and they said, we need you to run. And
all these like top military generals, they're all like Council for National Policy. They're all Christians implementing their Christian Zionist agenda with the military, Delta Force.
The Delta Force basically asked Trump. Delta Force, founded by General Boykin and Schumacher and people like Steve Pieczenik, Dr. Steve Pieczenik of psychological operations of the CIA. They basically delivered the message to Trump with all the dossiers and all the proof.
Hold on. Psychological operations are operations to convey selected information and indicators to audiences to influence their emotions, motives, and objective reasoning, and ultimately the behavior of governments, organizations, groups, and individuals. They're using religious psyops. QAnon is like a Bolshevik trust project psyop mixed in with Kabbalistic Christian Zionism. And Alex Jones and all these kosher networks are promoting the whole thing.
To Trump with all the dossiers and all the proof of what was happening. And he just said, you're highly recommended. All I can say is we're going to be talking a lot more because he was being briefed by top generals. I'm not going to say the name on what we're doing. And it's not that I'm even special. I'm willing to say this. I'm willing to do this. I wasn't directed by anybody. I was just aware of the operations. I was studying it. As you know, you're a Navy guy yourself. And we just did what we had to do. We did a counter coup against them. I'd say 90% of the CIA, defense intelligence, military, special ops is behind us. George, you're getting the absolute data dump right now.
So there's a real war going on in the elite right now.
R.I.P., bro.
Don't think Trump just did this on his own. He was recruited by patriots and U.S. intelligence agencies for a fact. Trump was recruited by the U.S. Army. That's a big secret, but you deserve to know what the Democrats already know. You deserve to understand what's really going on. That's exactly what all our sources from the FBI and the Pentagon, which means the CIA connected Pentagon, that's special operations, that's what they told us. And these are the good guys that continue to give us good info. Doesn't mean the whole thing's good. InfoWars is the tip of the spear, the tip of the spear, the tip of the spear. Oh, Alex Jones is wrong about